Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Remedy Farm Health Minute. This is Amina, your host and pharmacist in charge here at the Remedy Farm. Today, I have Greg McKettrick. He's pharmacist at Stanley Brothers out in the East Coast. He has developed an amazing protocol for a lot of men out there for men's sexual wellness and health and function, including nitric oxide. And this is something you can talk to your urologists about. I know it's a really sensitive topic, but we wanted to bring some light to it. Hi, Greg.
How are you?
I'm doing well. And everybody, if you want to hear even more about it, make sure you are following us on Remedy Farm Health, our health radio show. And Greg is on with me on Thursday, 11/19. So the 19th, that's tomorrow. So we're having the full episode streamed tomorrow. This is going to be a nice little tidbit so you guys can get excited about it. All right, Greg, let's go right into it. What is nitric oxide?
Absolutely. So, for those who don't know, nitric oxide it's considered an essential gas in our bodies, in our systems. It really maintains blood flow, circulatory function. And if you think about it, that means respiratory function, cognitive function, cardiac function, uh, helps our immune system. It also plays an integral role in erectile function. Um, One of the things that we know about nitric oxide is typically about the age of 40, our bodies just really stop producing nearly as much, and our levels drop to about 50% of what we had when we were younger. And then that's a continual decline. So it's another 10% per decade for most folks. And that is actually complicated by environmental factors, pollution, diet, obviously, and particular medications that can really reduce the body's capacity to produce nitric oxide. Um, so one of the things that we find is with our therapies, we treat an enormous amount of population for erectile dysfunction, for men's health and sexual wellness, and for women for sexual wellness also. And we started using the Berkeley Life nitric oxide products, and one of the super things about this is that they came out with a super easy test strip for folks. It's about a 15-second test, and it's one of the simplest diagnostic tools I've ever seen, but absolutely practical because it tells you immediately what your levels are. And the nice thing is, it will benefit everybody if you correct the nitric oxide levels. Um, I know I work a lot with the sexual wellness, but if you've done any reading about COVID recently, you have probably seen where they are using nitric oxide for treatment of active COVID patients and for patients that have the post-COVID syndrome. If you think about COVID attacks the respiratory system, so building up that circulatory function and respiratory function is going to help. And then, of course, building the immune system is going to help as well. So it's an incredible product. It is absolutely essential to our systems. It touches practically every metabolic function in our body. Um, I'm just over the moon excited about the fact that we've been able to work with this for so long now and really see the benefits for our patients. Um, it's been incredible.
Really great information. And everyone out there, he was talking about these Berkeley Life test strips. They're really easy. It's like a thin strip. I wish I had one on me right now, actually. And you just put your saliva on one side of it, and it'll turn a different color. So if it turns like a very light pink or not really like dark at all, that means that your nitric oxide levels are really low, if not, very deficient. The higher they get, so and then when it gets like a raspberry, like pinkish, like a bright pink, that means that you have really good nitric oxide levels. So it's super easy, very, very like, not invasive at all. And Berkeley Life also has a supplement. So it's a capsule that you take 2 capsules a day. Is that right?
Typically, yeah, we've had folks take up to 4 capsules a day. Generally, the recommendation is 2 capsules a day. That's correct.
And then with the nitric oxide, and Greg gave us so much information, great information. I love that you did tie it in with immune health because it's such a big need right now. The one thing that we did talk about on the show that I wanted to kind of let you guys know as well is that we did dive pretty deep into men's health, I would say, because it's something that's not talked about very often. And with men's health, the nitric oxide levels, like Greg mentioned, that after you turn 40ish, they start to decline, and then medications for erectile dysfunction specifically may not work as well, right, Greg?
Yeah, a lot of the most commonly prescribed medications for ED, erectile dysfunction, and of course I'm speaking of Viagra and Cialis and Levitra and Stenva, they function by blocking an enzyme in our body that breaks down nitric oxide. So if you have a normal or relatively normal level of nitric oxide, and then you block the breakdown, that causes a surge in nitric oxide, which in turn causes increased blood flow. That's what really supports the capacity to maintain the erection. Um, in addition to that, it maintains the health of the genital urinary system. Keeping that blood flow active, it prevents atrophy in the blood vessels and the endothelial tissue. So, absolutely critical. So, a lot of folks that have tried some of these medications, it's very common that they'll be put on a Viagra or something like that. And it works for a while, works for a few years. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, it's just not doing what it used to do for me. And voila, you can actually correct a lot of this. And obviously it's not every single person, there's other contributing factors, but we have seen a lot of guys be able to get a much better response simply by correcting their nitric oxide levels, and for women too.
Definitely. And for all of you out there, I hope this was really helpful for you. Nitric oxide is an essential gas in our bodies, and it is something that is worth definitely looking into for our everyday health, for our sexual health, for our heart health, immune health, all kinds of things. So, we work very closely with Greg and his team at Stanley Brothers, and with Berkeley Live. We have the test strips here, and we have the supplement here as well. So, if it's something that you think might be helpful for you, definitely give us a call here at the Remedy Farm. You can stop in. You can also email. We check our emails, and we can ship all across the country as well. So if it's something that you think might be suitable for you, if you want to have a deeper conversation, definitely give us a call. We have a professional standing by to help you on your health and wellness journey. Thank you so much, Greg, for spending a few minutes, and definitely check out our health radio show this Thursday. That's tomorrow, the 19th, talking all about nitric oxide, the ins and outs and everything in between. Thanks so much, Greg, for spending a couple minutes and giving us
Absolutely.
this, yeah, this great show. So thanks everybody out there, and hope you guys are all well. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. And here's to a healthier you.